It's Thursday. We back.
Get 'em.
How's everybody doing today?
What's going on, fellas? What's up, baby?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
We back for another Thursday night thriller,
man. Look, I'm excited because we got, you know what I'm saying, look like we got this sound where it need to be.
Well, we seem like we got everything where it need to be tonight.
Finally, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Lord
New York
Jesus.
Rican, first in the building, always. Said
Yeah,
sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what we looking for.
Yo, let us know in the comments. Can you hear the music? Can you hear everybody right now? Yo.
Yeah.
We trying to make some dope moves here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
Ooh,
good?
yeah.
What's good? Hey, so look, today's Thursday.
You're looking to make music. Well, Soundtrap is the perfect.
And we're not looking to make music right now. That was a commercial. Don't y'all hate when commercials just come on, y'all? Crystal clear, that's what's up. Hey, we in the building, everybody coming through. Hey, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday. So this is what I want to say. Shout out to everybody on PodcastHead, on Voicey Fam, on all the platforms y'all been rocking with us. What episode are we on?
This is 8.
Man, this is the 8th
man.
episode.
Numero ocho.
Yo,
8.
A new beginning, baby.
yo.
A new beginning.
we is rocking over
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
What's going on, people? This your boy Jody, the one and only.
Bros to your right.
Yeah.
B Glenn in the middle.
Lindo.
Solo Dolo Swang. Solo. You know it.
Bang, bang. The real podcast head. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get them, baby. Let's get it tonight.
Hey, much love to everybody coming through here right now. Hey, look, you rocking with the podcast head on Voicey Fam, on podcast, TikTok, IG,
Yes, sir.
every platform we hitting up. And
Walmart,
guess what?
Target,
Target.
Big Lots. We everywhere.
Target.
Everywhere. We going everywhere.
We in Gabe's.
Right? The home store, Michael's, all of it.
Hey, y'all remember Ross and Marshall's? We in there too.
Yeah.
We in. What you mean? Remember, they still here. We got all that.
In the clearance
TJ
section.
Maxx.
In the
In the clearance section. The one that's got discounts and stuff.
And make sure y'all that y'all are going to our YouTube page, man, and subscribing, please. Definitely subscribe.
subscribe,
And
yes.
some of the previous content, we're gonna constantly throw it at you, but definitely please just go subscribe.
Yeah, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Support the grind. We trying to do this, bringing y'all this content, bringing y'all this news. You know
Hit them up, bros.
what I'm saying?
So what we got, man? What we got, B? What's going on? What's on the agenda?
I think bro's gonna run with the topics first thing. First thing smoking.
First thing smoking. Oh, one more thing too. We on Anchor FM and we on Spotify. So go
definitely note
go
that.
follow or go subscribe to us on Spotify. Listen to that Joan on the way to work, on the way home from work, to the grocery store, on the way to pick up your kids. All that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Yeah, make sure y'all tune in. Let me ask you this. Is anybody in the comments, let me know in the comments, are y'all listening to podcasts in the car?
Yeah. That's a good question.
No, because I know me, like, I don't know, I kind of still play radio, but that's just me. But I know my man B Glenn over here, he plays a lot of podcasts. He listens to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, always, man. Always. I mean, sometimes you got to change up. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear some good content. So definitely check us out because we got some good content.
Yeah, we trying out here. We trying, y'all. We trying.
All right, so we're gonna kick this joint off with just some news. I'm gonna kick it off with some news updates. I think it's important that we inform the public, and especially in our area. So this first one comes from DEA.gov. You know what I'm saying? Jumping off with 5-0. You know what I'm saying? DEA warns of brightly colored fentanyl used to target young Americans.
Wow.
This is in Washington. It says the Drug Enforcement Administration is advising the public of an alarming emerging trend of colorful fentanyl available across the United States. In August 2022, DEA and our law enforcement partners seized brightly colored fentanyl and fentanyl pills in 18 states. Dubbed rainbow fentanyl in the media, this trend appears to be a new method used by drug cartels to sell highly addictive and potentially deadly fentanyl made to look like candy to children and young people. You know what I'm saying? So we approaching Halloween, you know what I'm saying? So parents, be careful. Make sure you look at your kids' candy before they eat it. You know what I'm saying? Check everything. I think some years ago was you had to watch out for needles or all kinds of other things that they was trying to put in kids' candy. So, but yeah, just, parents, make sure you're in tune with your kids and you yourselves is watching what you put in your mouth. Don't just take some from anybody. But yeah.
Pause.
Nah, but to chime in on that, I mean, this breakdown, do me a favor, break down what fentanyl really is, because I think it's important that people are educated, our listeners are educated on that, exactly what fentanyl is, because I don't think everybody really know what fentanyl really is.
Yeah. So, fentanyl this is from DEA too. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is 50 times more potent than heroin and 100 times more potent than morphine. Just 2 milligrams of fentanyl, which is equal to 10 to 15 grains of table salt, is considered a lethal dose. So without laboratory testing, there's no way to know how much fentanyl is concentrated in a pill or powder.
Well,
so it ain't no game.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a very, very, very addictive drug. So I think parents, just please be watchful. Keep a watchful eye for that. I mean, these candies, I wish we can actually pull them up to show people exactly what they look like. But they actually look like little colorful candy pills. Like remember what's them little sweet tarts. There it is.
Yeah.
They almost look like sweet tarts, man. So really keep an eye on that. Actually, they look just like sweet tarts, but just got a little different numbers and letters and numbers on them. So please be mindful.
I got a comment from Melly Mello 28. She said it's also what they give crackheads in those centers that are trying to get them off of the street drugs. Sounds like an oxymoron to me.
Right.
And it really is, because I think what's the other clinics they got to get them off of heroin? I think it's to get them off of meth. I think it's like a methadone clinic or something like that. I know I'm looking at I'm looking at y'all like y'all supposed to know. B, you been on crack before? What is it?
Nah.
Be like, B, tell us what it was that you.
No, my brother.
No, I mean we got the clinics, but be on all all jokes aside, but they got the clinics, the methadone clinics, to try to wean them off of whatever addiction I believe is meth addiction that they have. So they definitely use a little bit of that when they trying to wean them off. I do know that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man. So just when your kids is out, I don't celebrate Halloween myself, but for those that do, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's your thing. But definitely be checking your kids' bags, because you don't want to be dealing with that. It could be a deadly situation for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so what's up on tap next? What we got? That was just, we always want to give out some news, some pertinent news to our listening audience, especially when something serious is this type of drug and something serious is going on in our communities, because we always want to keep our communities safe. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think we're gonna run into Bro's got another topic that he wanted to touch base on, this Brett Favre.
Oh yeah.
You got to pull it up.
Let me pull it. You got it up?
I think I do. Let me double check.
Yeah, if you got to pull it up, and then I'll pick
the
it
hell,
up.
Brett. What the hell going on with Brett Favre?
As a continuation, I'm
supposed to be retired.
The article pretty much says former Governor Phil Bryant helped Brett Favre secure welfare funding for USM Volleyball Stadium. Text reveal. Let's see here. Text messages entered Monday into the state's ongoing civil lawsuit over the welfare scandal revealed that former Governor Phil Bryant pushed to make NFL legend Brett Favre's volleyball idea a reality. The text showed that the then governor even guided Favre on how to write a funding proposal so that it could be accepted by the Mississippi Department of Human Services. Even after Bryant ousted the former welfare agency director John Davis for suspected fraud. Just left Brett Favre, Bryant texted nonprofit founder Nancy New in July of 2019 within weeks of Davis' departure. Can we help him with this project? We should meet soon to see how I can make sure we keep your projects on course. I don't want to read a whole bunch of this.
But the comment I have is, I mean, it don't surprise me. I mean, haven't we seen so many politicians do this anyway? I mean, with everything that goes on in D.C., I mean, are we serious?
Yeah.
I mean, people will push their own agendas. They will make up something on the left to push their agenda to the right. That's just what they do. I mean, and they fool us to think, oh, I'm trying to do a good thing, but it's really not. They only pushing who they are friends with or who they got, you know, to keep their hands basically in a cookie jar type of thing. You know what I mean? So
Right.
That story do not surprise me, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, man. And you know, for anyone else that doesn't know about it, so I think it said Brett Favre took somewhere north of $1 million for his daughter's volleyball team, but collectively Brett Favre and the other government officials in Mississippi. Now, Mississippi is said to be the poorest state.
It is.
Right? So,
and just to pick, not to cut you off, but they also going through a water crisis right now. If you didn't know that, but go ahead.
Yeah. And so the money that they took was welfare money, right? Now, collectively, Brett Favre with all the other government officials down there, right? Collectively, they took $77 million of welfare money. Like how look, I can't hide tax money from the government. My you know what I'm saying, my tax dollars. How somebody pushed $77 million of welfare money, right? Like,
and not alone, like I said before, they're going through a water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, not Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the country. I mean, that's just a fact. But I mean, and then you do this to the, I mean, it just, but it still don't surprise me. It really don't.
Bro, you know, I mean, I hate to say what it is. Yeah, they could have bought with $77 million.
The question is, how is anybody not without water in this country? I mean, don't make sense. But hey, it is what it is. You know, it's world country we live in. Because I ain't gonna say world.
As much money as Brett Favre has made playing football, why would he need to exploit? You know what I'm saying?
Because they can, bro.
Say it again.
Because they can.
Say it again. They know they can.
For the most part, they know that they can get away with it.
I mean, you know how many endorsements? Somebody just would have picked it up just off the strength of his name. Like Brett Favre, oh, okay, we'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you jerseys for your team, or we'll provide, you know, whatever for your teams. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Ridiculous, man.
That's facts.
My man, I don't know if y'all saw the joint Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless talking about it. Sharp went in on my man. He went in, bro. He ain't had no cut cards, bro. Hey, he went in.
Like I said, it don't surprise me, man.
Yeah.
All right.
What we got next?
What's up, baby?
Jumping to this.
So we rolling right through.
Juicy stuff.
Right through, and feel free to leave a comment. You know what I'm saying, or a question, or whatever the case may be. The next one is I don't know. Where do y'all want to go with this?
I'm gonna drop some more news. I'm gonna stay on the sports real quick before we get to the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. What up?
Here. All right, so I'm gonna jump into boxing first. You know, boxing coming up. We got what was it? Here you go. Yeah. So we got my man. Here you go. All right. So we got my man Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
Oh, he going against
getting back into the ring.
Yeah.
October 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern versus Robert Helenius at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. I will be watching that, John. I catch all his fights, man. He's coming off of a loss versus Bum Fury.
Yeah,
we're not gonna get into that.
You think he a bum?
He's a bum, man.
Bro, when you look at him though, man, he do look like a bum.
Look, no, I'll say this: he can box.
Yeah,
right?
dude can box, man.
Can box,
I
he's
give
a
him
cheater,
that.
Though. So
why he gotta be all that, bros?
Bro, Look, that's another. You want to get into that?
But why? How you cheating boxing?
We can. What you? Are you
If
kidding
you get
me?
knocked out, you get knocked out, bro.
Look, he just capping. 'Cause he just wanted. He just tried to.
Daggone
go
right.
somewhere,
Yeah,
dog.
that's exactly what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing.
Look, man.
Why you gotta be cheating, bro?
Look, you know.
You just mad, bro.
No, I'm not. It's facts.
Why
bro.
you hating, man?
My man got a dent in the side of his
But
skull.
twice. Wait a minute. But no. How many times he lose to? How many times? Twice.
Technically once.
No, not no technically.
Yeah, technically once.
He
The
said he
first time
got
was
a
a draw.
dent.
So what? That's a
The
loss,
second time,
regardless.
No, it's not. How is a draw a loss, bro?
Because did he get the belt?
So both of them lost at the
Did
same
he get
time?
the belt? Did he
If
get
it's a draw?
Did he get the belt?
He retained the belt. So where we going?
I'm gonna go ahead and all right. But did he lose though? He really. But in everybody's eyes, did he lose?
No, not in everybody's eyes.
Man,
Look, we can look. I'm gonna pull up the film. Once we
I don't
once we
even
get this the computer where we can show
He
stuff
lost the
working.
second time.
I'm gonna pull up
He
some
lost the
stuff.
second
for
time
us.
he
Actually,
lost.
We can go.
But this is a good thing.
I can actually do that right here.
He did good. I mean, it's good that he
You
get
want me to
back in
pull
the
it
ring.
up? I can pull it out.
No, he needs to get back in the ring though. He needs to get back in the ring. This will be good.
On IG.
This will be good.
Yeah.
I think.
So
but
this
you,
what I'm gonna say. So look, we
Turn it
on
down a little bit.
Yeah, you got
we definitely on YouTube. So y'all gonna be able to see a big difference on YouTube when we be able to pull up some of the scenes and stuff like that. So we definitely can pull up the scene of the boxing and everything.
Oh yeah.
So, we
But
gonna do
look,
that.
I think. See, I think what hurt him was his height.
You mean fighting Fury? You
Yeah.
think his height
Yeah,
hurt him?
I think his height is what kind of gave him the edge.
I mean, in some ways, yeah, right? Because height and length is, there's always a slight edge, right? Statistically. But what hurt him more was the weight gain. You know what I'm saying? Because Wilder fights normally he fights around 215.
He a lower weight,
right?
Yeah.
And he's been, and that's been his history, right? He's been knocking people out that overweighed him by 40, 50 pounds. When he fought Luis Ortiz, I think he weighed 220, 225, and Ortiz was up to like 250 or something like that, right? The same thing when he fought Fury for the first time. I think he's better in that 215 range where he can be elusive. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't got no legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't, bro. You
Yeah,
look wild,
he'd be
he ain't
like
got no
6'6",
legs.
6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like he slimmed back down. He's not as heavy. You know what I'm saying? Going back into this joint. So I'm looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be good. All right, we'll check it out.
Then we got.
What you saying? You gonna do a fight party or something?
Yeah, man.
Man,
That's what I'm doing. I'm putting. Hey, babe. Fight party on what was
she online? Well, then she
October
got
15th.
So Yolanda, he's saying he's gonna do a fight party.
Fight party. The guys is coming over.
Fight party.
We seeing knobby knees,
You cooking too? Everybody, you cooking?
skinny, no calf, having
socks.
boxes.
You cooking?
Holes and draws. Nah.
Bring the trick or treat candy.
Then we got.
Is it around that time?
I don't know. What did you say?
It's the middle. It's the middle of October. October 15th.
That's right. When is Halloween? Oh, October 31st.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like,
It's Halloween.
Nah, you gotta
you really ain't done it in a long time. Like, when is Halloween again?
But we know Siobhan gonna be checking the candy.
Jesus.
No.
I think I'm gonna dress up this year, man. I think I'm gonna do it up this year, man. Why y'all looking at me
You don't
like
do
that?
You don't do that all the time.
I do. What do you?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I dress up. No. I dress up. But I mean, I dress up. I be the scream guy. I be like with the mask and the knife and all that. But now I think I really want to like really get into it. Like really get into it.
Man, you gotta do something. You gotta do something bolder than that.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. That's why I'm saying.
I was a
got
pirate. I was a pirate one Halloween. Vampire.
But yeah.
But yeah. So then, still on a boxing topic, we got the highly anticipated matchup between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. It's said that they have agreed to all material terms for a fight for the Undisputed Welterweight Championship. I haven't yet seen a source, like a true source, that says that the fight is on. I've been seeing dates being thrown around, but we're gonna see where that's going. But that's one that I really want to see.
Okay.
So we can go ahead transition from the sports.
Tenfold.
Fight party October 15th at Bro's house.
Yeah.
You heard that, Yolanda?
All right.
We cooking something. I had family come over. We want to eat. Eat good.
Next topic. really can't dive into it like we want to, but it was an article that was on a news app, and I really don't have the thread. Has been since removed, but the title read, "Wife leaves after finding out he has 2 kids during the marriage."
After how many years?
After 16 years.
After 16 years
of being together.
What?
So a wife, this is the story. A wife finds out that her husband has 2 kids, but while they was married, but 16 years later, and then she leaves him after 16 years. So I'm guessing the kids are 16 at this moment, but she just found out.
Maybe not. I mean, like I said,
Well,
we
it
don't
could
have
be
all the
older.
facts, but I mean, they could be younger.
older.
I mean, if they've been together for
it's
16 years.
No, she said after 16 years though.
Yeah, after 16 years of
Yeah.
being together. So if you've been
Oh, well,
together
yeah,
for
that's
16
true, I
years,
guess.
it could have been maybe 5-7 years into the marriage. Maybe
Oh yeah,
9
that's true.
years.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I ain't think about it like that.
Yeah. It's pretty deep.
So what do we at? Like, can we? Is that a problem, or can we do that? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I mean, I know we all men up here, so we ain't got a woman to chime in. But as men, I know we would leave if I had a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, that's a.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I don't
About to
blame
step
her.
on some
I mean,
toes.
we will
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
too if, and during the marriage, you find out you have a kid. We're gone.
Yeah.
I think you don't even need to have a kid for us to be gone. If we
I mean, how would that feel? Like, that would feel terrible, bro.
Yeah, man.
You up there going
That's a
through the
long
whole
time.
pregnancy with your wife, and then you find out,
Trying to
like,
ease
after
it
the
down a
baby
little bit.
born,
I mean,
that it's not yours.
I-
Devastating.
I couldn't take it, bro. Like I love my kids, bro. I could not take that,
you found out they wasn't yours.
bro.
Would you stay?
Look, I might go to jail.
So you saying that if you found out you leaving? First of all, how long we gonna be in a relationship? That's what I wonder. How long we in?
They
Said
was
16 years.
And he found out it wasn't his.
Well, no, he found out that she had. But what happened was she found out he had 2 kids.
Okay.
outside.
But
marriage.
we're saying because we don't have a woman to chime in on far as we all males, so we're saying what will we do if we found out our child was not ours after years of
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, that's
I mean, this my thing though. You got a certain like, we all pick our kids. So and with our kids, we got a swag, and so do our kids. So I know if this kid ain't mine, because if he ain't doing it, if he
that's
ain't
not true. That's not always true. Go ahead. I mean,
you could tell. You just know.
no. I
You
mean,
know what? It's
not
a
all the time.
not right off rip. Man.
Yeah,
Like,
not all. Yeah, there you go. Not no.
So you
So
telling
you
me-
gonna tell me you gonna tell when they're a baby solo? Oh, that baby ain't mine. I see it right now.
No,
What?
I'm not
his
saying
nose.
it. This is what I'm saying. I just, you know what I'm saying, you after you have kids, you just know what is yours and what's not yours. You can look at them and be like, yeah, that ain't me.
got a
Sorry.
Got some
That ain't
comments in there on this too.
Let me see what the comments is. Let me see. That's a
No.
hurtful feeling. What's going on, Zoe? Everybody coming through here. I mean, I feel like if the kids ain't mine and you tell me like 15 years later, man, hold on. Why it took that long for you not to know? You had to have a gut feeling to be like, this child is not mine. I mean,
Oh my god.
you know what I mean?
So Chris said I think most men know, they just choose not to destroy the children.
I think this is a great topic to start bringing some people up.
I mean,
Man,
Who would've come up- who would've come up
man,
with
let
y'all
me
middle
tell
days?
you, man, it's kind of tough because I'm gonna tell you honestly, if you're a great man and because you can't tell in the beginning, so let's say 3-4 years then passed and you didn't created this bond and this love for this child, and then all of a sudden you find out it's not yours. What? Like, yeah, that's beyond devastating, but at the same time, like, you can't say that this love just go away just because you found out it wasn't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say, okay, I don't love him no more. It just don't work like
so let me play devil's advocate, right? Say for instance now, you being the man, the baby's born, and then some random dude hits you up like, yo, that might be my baby.
Oh, sorry.
So now it's no second guessing. You got to get a test, right? You got to figure out what's really going on.
Hey, bros, what you say gonna happen? You killing
I'm
something,
going to jail.
bro. I will call the Pentagon. I will set the longitude and latitude, whatever hospital that we are in, and I'm telling them press the launch codes because I swear to God, that's like the worst feeling ever. Man, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, and I'm being honest. That is like the worst feeling ever.
So
For you to find out that day that child, somebody called and some dude say, oh, that might be my baby too. You know what I'm saying? What?
Mm-hmm. So we got a comment on here from Miss Erica Tizeno. Some women are scared to tell the truth about who's the real father because they fear they will lose the person who's taking care of them.
And she exactly right. That's what happens.
You also got 20J20. You're going to be hurt, but you still may stay. Chris said, I don't think most would stay, but would still want the children as their own.
And that's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and say a little bit of my background. And reason why I say that, because, and I'm going to put it out there for listeners and audience to know, that kind of happened to me and my father. I didn't even know my father was not even my biological father until I was damn near grown. Like, never treated me differently, never, even with my brothers, so when he found out, it was like he just still made me his son. I mean, so it kind of, made an impression on me that it can happen.
Yeah.
Like, when you develop that love for that child, it can stay what it is. Even when I found out, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was like, why didn't anybody even tell me? I didn't care. He was still my father. It didn't even matter because what he did for me. And in the beginning, I'll be honest with you, it was like a surreal feeling. I was like, hold up, what? Right. Then it was like, I backtracked and I was like, dang, man, this dude took care of a child that wasn't his when he didn't have to. Like, that kind of made put an impression on me that if he can do it for me, I can do it for somebody.
Yeah, it takes a special person to be able to do that, though.
Oh yeah, man, and that's what it's all about. But I'm gonna be honest with you. But if I go through it, I'm telling you, I'm still blowing up the hospital.
we got Chris up with us right now on the live. What's up, Chris?
What up, Chris?
What's going on, man?
Y'all?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, so what's your take on what we was talking about with that?
Well, I think it's two different situations. The original story is the woman found out that he had two other children. Obviously the questions will come, when in the marriage, was it before? And she didn't know, was it during the marriage? And, the kids are just born, while they're married or whatnot. It's totally different than if you put a spin on it to find out that the children that you believe were yours are not to be yours. I think they're both equally a heavy betrayal, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we say we would stay or we would go. I'm sure, most people will flip out, but I don't know. I would say that I wouldn't stay or wouldn't. I mean, definitely it will put a strain on your relationship because all trust is broken.
Yeah.
That's like an ultimate betrayal, especially when you, create people, when you create a person, it's like, you're expecting it to be yours. And that's the sole reason to do that, because you want it to be a part of you. But that's kind of dangerous because most people will flip out.
Everybody dies.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Right. Most people will flip out for sure.
What? I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot them kids. I'm gonna burn the house down. I'm gonna shoot the dog, and then I'm gonna shoot myself. Everybody.
But I think most men know. They may not know when the kid is born, but as the kid grows, that is the reason. It's designed to create children. That bond just simply isn't there. Yes, you bond with people or you connect with people and also children, but most men kind of eventually go, it's something about this that ain't connecting me all the way. Most men will find out and know,
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, bro. I
hear you.
I would, of course you build a bond, right? And I think that bond would still be there. Like if I was in that situation, and it also depends on how deep or how much in love you are.
You
with
know
that
what
person,
makes it
right?
worse too? Go ahead. No, I was going.
Yeah, and but I would just have to exit the relationship. But I would still leave it open to spending time with that child. You know what I'm saying? Or with depending. You know,
I'm about to
how old
ask
they
you
are.
something too.
Yeah.
I'm about to ask you something. So, what if homie had your name, your first and your last name, and it's not even your child? How you gonna take that, Bros Junior?
Yeah, I mean, look again.
Gonna make it worse. That'll make it worse.
It would, man. And that for me, man, that would just make
You don't
it,
even look like me.
Yeah, that would just make it even more. Give me even more reason to just like not with her, right? Like I would still keep that relationship
with him
or her, you know, girl or boy. But yeah, nah, I couldn't stay in a relationship.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh no, I'm not staying. I'm definitely not staying.
Y'all remember when Martin had the little dude? He was like, "Can I keep a barbershop?"
Marvin,
name?"
yeah,
Marvin,
yeah, little Marvin.
We have little
Yeah.
Marvin. I mean, that's tough, man. Like, I had an uncle that paid child support for 19 years. 19 years on a child that wasn't his, and he didn't. The child didn't look nothing like my uncle.
He ain't
Didn't
getting that back.
move, didn't swag like him. But he took it on like it was his. But my grandmother always felt like that wasn't his. You know what I'm saying?
The grandmas and the moms always be having that intuition, though, bro.
And they throw hints at you too. I ain't gonna.
Baby, that's not your child.
Maybe speaking stuff into existence.
You
too.
like-
You be quiet.
You know she was to the streets,
know.
right? I just want to let you know
Stop
that.
embarrassing me right now. I don't want to be embarrassed right this. But what if it ain't your child? I mean, okay, if it ain't, let me just. I mean, you
Yeah,
know, let me
lying.
not know. But the sad thing about it, he went to college, everything. Like, you know what I mean. But when he found out, he ain't come around no more.
Wow, really?
He ain't come around no more.
Hold on,
You mean
hold
his
on.
father
Who didn't
No,
come
the
out?
son, the one we called his cousin, he didn't come around like that. But what was crazy is that he did come to the funeral. He did come to my, God rest in peace, my uncle. He came to the funeral and stuff, and he paid his respects. And he said he did look at him like a father, but he was like kind of distant a little bit. So it was like, that's tough, you know what I mean?
That's a lot. That's heavy to deal with, though. Like, I get it. You know, that's been his father as long as he knows. But like, that is a disconnect. Like, once you find that out, like, then you have so many questions. Like, okay, who was my real father? Like, why did he leave me? Why nobody told me? Like, that is a huge way to damage someone. Because now, we go through life and we look for, or we respond to identity and who we are. And when you don't know who you are, that leaves a lot of space and void in your life. So I can understand why he didn't come around, because he's like, well, who am I? And then, adults, that generation, they don't give us the answers that we're looking for.
They just putting stuff
They
under the
just
rug.
kind of, they came from the sweeping under the rug. You don't got to worry about it now. You're successful now. You grown up now. It's all good, but it's really not, and that causes even more damage in relationships for him or for her to come, because now you still are lost without an identity, and you've got this baggage that you haven't been able to unpack because nobody's telling you anything. So that's heavy.
But you know what, Chris? I went through that, and I found out when I was 18. And honestly, like I was only around my father and his family. I mean, when I didn't know, but when I found out, I was like, honestly, it kind of, like I said before, it kind of struck me like, not me. You see this in movies, right? And then you're like, wait a minute, what did you say? Like, wait a minute. So what do you mean he not my real father? Like, what are you talking about? And it kind of struck me. But then what happened to me, I started going back on what you said as far as you question everything. It kind of made me go back to look and say, wait a minute, did he ever treat me different? Let me analyze this. Let me go back in my memory and history. And you know what? He never treated me differently. I swear, it was like everything my dad did was like, man, rest in peace. His birthday tomorrow too. I'm gonna go see him in the grave. Rest in peace, my dad. And it's so funny we on this topic because his birthday tomorrow. So we he actually remarried as well and had his wife then had 4 stepkids. He kind of was a father figure to them, and it was like it honestly opened up to me how a man truly supposed to treat a family. It kind of, and that's what it did for me. So what'd you say, Chris?
I'm not back.
No, go ahead.
So did it ever make you look at your mom differently, or did it put a strain on your relationship with her?
No, it didn't. I was, you know, what's so funny? I actually kind of was like, I didn't even want her to tell me. Like, it was like, why did you even need to tell me? Because what happened was he had passed. He had passed when I was like 15, 16 years old. He had passed. So when I had found out at a later, I was like, why did you even tell me? It was one of them things where you really could have just left me alone and let me just, but she felt like what happened was she felt like I needed another father figure in my life because the direction I was going into. But honestly, I never missed a beat with my dad. I thought I had to go back in my memory. I'm talking about I went all the way back to, tried to go as back as I was young, 5, 6 years. He never missed a beat with me. And it made me, like I said, it made me who the father I am today because I saw the things he did for me and my brothers. So it made me the father I am today with my kids. So who else we got online? We got somebody else up there. Who?
We brought Miss Erica up.
Miss Erica, okay.
All right. What's up, Miss Erica?
Hello.
Hey, Miss Erica,
How
how
you
are you?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you real good.
How are y'all?
All right, how are you?
How you doing?
Good. So, for me, it would be, of course, it would be a hurtful feeling. And at the same time, we would definitely have some trust issues and it would put a burden on our relationship if that had to happen. You know, of course, I would not neglect the child or the kids because, they didn't ask to be in this world. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, I would just love them and treat them as if they're my own. And as far as me and my mate goes, I mean, I don't know. That's something that would be something that we would have to, work on. Me, I'm a very strong person, very strong woman, and I'm always praying a lot. So it would take a lot of course, praying and prayer, of course. And, I don't know. We would just have to try to work something out. If, I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Do you think in those type of relationships, people already know if the child is not theirs? They just want to, they be in denial about certain stuff. You know what I mean? Like they know that this child is not theirs, but they want this person to be the father or the parent of the
Right.
child.
Oh, we see that all the time.
Some women definitely knows, and they figure, okay, this guy who I actually had a baby for, I know he's not going to take care of the child. So, I'm in this relationship already. So I'll just tell the, the person that you're with that's your child, knowing that it's not his biological child. Some women look for, some women want a good nurturer, a good person who's going to take care of their child.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if that was the case, then why go out there and be with a guy that's not going to be there? Like, that's the part I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, you could say that the same thing about men, but you know what I'm saying. I mean,
Right.
I mean, but
I don't know.
understand
Some women
that.
do. Some people do foolish things. They don't think, and I don't know. Like, I know for me, I don't do that. So, but
so going to
I know who my kid's father is. But
Can we get a hand clap?
I know. But I mean, it is wrong. It is wrong. I mean, I feel like everybody needs to be truthful. Everybody needs to be upfront.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm pregnant, but this is not your child. And it's and right then and there, the guy, might say, hey, he may stay in the relationship and he may not stay in the relationship. It just all depends.
But see, then the thing is, though, Erica, but I think it's like, okay, but they know if they do tell him and he walk away, guess what? You're going to be left, first of all, with the new baby without possibly a father, and
That's
you without
true.
a husband. So I guess that's when you go back to that's why they wouldn't say anything. That's why a lot of times they wouldn't say anything, because they know if they say something, my child will be fatherless and I will be husbandless.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I agree though, like if that's in your forefront, like then you shouldn't have even. I mean, every situation is different, You know,
Right.
we can't say why, you know, people make mistakes and step outside of their relationship because things do happen and situations do happen. I don't believe that every situation of cheating is a deal breaker or is an end to a relationship. But, you know, if you keep that in the forefront of your mind, like if you know that this person isn't worth it, first of all, don't get pregnant. Secondly,
Right.
just
Right.
don't even make the decision to step outside the relationship
Right.
because it's like you already know they're not worth having a kid with or worth ruining your life for. So why even make the choice to go ahead and ruin your life? Even
Right.
if it is a situation where you were like, okay, I'm gonna do this, you know, you got to take a step back and be like, this ain't even worth it. You know, it ain't worth, you know, my wife or my husband finding out and either killing me or leaving me. You know, it's not worth my kid not having a father, and this whole situation just isn't worth it. To me, that should make you go home and love your spouse or significant other even more. Like, man, you know, and I feel like transparency in a relationship is important, you know, because that will bond a relationship more than anything. Man, you know, I was in this situation and, you know, I was going to, you know, risk it all, but it's not worth it, you know? And
So-
if you can't be that honest with a significant other or spouse, then maybe it wasn't the right choice in the first place. But,
so Chris,
you know, I just, you know, risking it all is kind of crazy.
So Chris,
Yeah,
you
I
feel
totally
like
agree.
so Chris, you feel like a person should go to their significant other and be transparent about what they was about to do.
Yeah, if you can't
Of
be
course.
honest, if you can't be completely
Why do you
honest,
laugh, Pete? Go ahead.
because life happens for real anyway. You know, there are situations where men throw themselves at women, women throw themselves at men, and it happens, and that's a truthful thing that we act like we don't know goes on, but it happens. You know, people are looking to destroy relationships every day because of their insecurities or just because they feel like, you know, they want to be, you know, the one to ruin that because they're not happy. So, you know, if you can't be transparent in a relationship and be honest and say, man, you know, this was almost a struggle, you know, and if you can't be safe to be honest in a relationship, then where can you be honest? This is why people cheat and don't say anything, because you can't go home and say, man, I struggled today and that was rough, and you love on each other even more. It's a hard thing to do, but
yeah, because I'm looking at it like if we say something is a struggle, if my significant other come to me as a man and say, you know, babe, oh my God, it was a struggle. I almost did this and almost did that. Guess what's going to come at after that? There's going to be a whole bunch of questions that come after that. What do you mean it was a struggle? What you mean? Oh, I was about to get with this dude. How did you meet this dude? Who is this dude? Like, what is this? And how you meet? You get what I'm saying?
but
it's
we
like
gotta
a whole.
but we gotta be mature enough to understand that happens. It's life. It
Human
happens.
nature.
And then you know, it happens. Would you rather them not tell you, and you find out later that somebody was pushing up on your spouse or your significant other, and then you feel like they lied to you in the first place, or they didn't divulge that information. So you might as well be honest and say it now, because if you go through a marriage and, you know, all these situations happen and then something comes up in a conversation, or, you know, oh, well, you know, such and such is pushing up on her and she didn't tell you or he didn't tell you, you'd be like, well, why you ain't tell me? You know, that's the question of,
and I think
can you make it safe to be honest in your relationship?
I want to read this comic from Piccolo 81.
No, it's PJ Gallo.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's so the lighting is in my face. Sorry, guys. Sorry, if I messed up your name,
Piccolo.
I'm sorry. Well, I thought it was a drum. You know, Piccolo is a drum. That's what I thought it was. My bad. Sometimes transparency can hurt a relationship in more ways than we care to admit. Because there is power in the tongue, we never know just how bad we can hurt our significant other by being honest. That's a fact.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's a good one.
But
That's what I'm saying. It really
other is insecurity. So if that insecurity remains unchecked and you can't be honest, then you're building your relationship on lies. That's just my opinion. So if you can't be safe to be honest and tell the truth, then that's not the one for you.
But you know what?
That's
I see
just
what
my
Chris
opinion.
talking about. Chris,
You have to grow to that.
Yeah. I hear Chris. I actually hear where you're coming from. What you're saying is, I'm just paraphrasing, and you could correct. What you're saying is, if the foundation have been built on truth, if the foundation have been built on transparency, then you should be secure enough in your marriage or relationship with your partner to know that if they come with you with that, it's all of love and just letting you know and being transparent with you about what's going on in their life. Am I correct, Chris?
True. Because
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
let's say for instance, like, we all have past, and if you're with somebody, you can't control what happened in your past. But
Mm-hmm.
if you go into a relationship, and I'm not saying that you have to tell people every single thing about you, but if it's safe, you will. If you feel comfortable and if you
Mm-hmm.
trust that person completely, you will. But let's just say you go into a relationship and a marriage and you don't tell everything, and then they find out later, regardless of if it's in your past or not, people be like, well, you lied to me. No, I didn't lie to you. I just didn't tell you because it wasn't safe to. So,
It's a lie by omission.
if we make it safe to be honest and to be transparent, then there are no secrets, and that you don't feel like I'm slighting you by being honest with you. You respect the fact that I'm being honest, that I still chose you.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, there's always going to be somebody choosing you other than your spouse, and we try to act like that don't happen, but it does. There's always somebody better, but that doesn't mean they're better for you.
Yeah.
So if safety and honesty in a relationship, transparency, yes, it's hurtful, but it's hurtful because we still carry baggage or insecurities about the truth. But if we can handle the truth, it's not. It doesn't feel so harsh. It's like, well, dang, if they can tell me that, then they'll tell me anything.
Yeah.
If they can be honest and really expose themselves, then they'll be honest about everything and anything, and then you won't have any secrets.
What do you think about that, Erica? Erica, you heard what Chris said? Can't you hear me?
Say it again, Chris. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Before you do that, I want to
Which
read.
part?
Hold on, Chris.
Hold on. I got a question. Real quick. So, being transparent is one thing, right? So let me ask you this, Chris and Erica. I think can we agree that it's human nature, right? That we all go out here, we go somewhere, and you might see someone that you feel like it might be attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
On both sides, right?
Right.
So
Right.
from an honesty perspective, why would you need to?
I know what you're about to say.
Why would you need to divulge that, right?
Open up the can of worms.
like nobody wants to, like, if you going out every day, like, you're a gym rat or whatever, right? You go to the gym or something like that, you see a female or male, depending on who, what side you're on, right? You see somebody and you find that person attractive, and maybe that person came up and talked to you or something like that, right? Like, if that happens to you every day, right? Nobody wants to come home, see that person come home and be like, yeah, you know what? I almost dipped out on you again.
Well, I mean, that's the general like conversation. If you don't entertain the conversation, then there's nothing to divulge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happens. So that's a natural thing that happens. But I'm talking about deeper than that. We're talking about on another level of you about to cheat, or you like you said, you met the person at the gym and y'all agreed to link up later and whatever. That's something you need to divulge. But if somebody coming to be like, hey, you look nice, how you doing, you ain't got to tell all that, like, because it happens to everybody. So
I want to
that's not something that you did to to step outside your marriage. Somebody gave me a compliment, and again, if that's the case, why not say it, man? They was on me at the gym today.
I will say
like,
this,
okay,
Chris, but I'm about to tell
you.
Chris, I'm about to say something. It don't happen like that all the time. No. It just don't. I'm about to say, I'm coming from me.
I
cannot go and tell that's not going to happen. Because automatically, but you said
but
is
it's
right.
not with you, though. Here's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Even if it happens to you all the time and you can't do that all the time, that insecurity doesn't lie with you. It lies with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't be safe to be like, man, they was at me, and she trusts that, you weren't at them, then that doesn't mean that you at them or you're trying to get with somebody. That just means the other person has some insecurities that they have not dealt with. I ain't trying to talk about your people or whoever, but it means they have baggage that they haven't unpacked, and they're not okay with people admiring who they chose. And I just think, if I'm with somebody, and You a gym rat, you at the gym every day, and people come up to you every day. That's not my fault, or it's not your fault.
And you're right.
That just means they admire who you are. But that don't mean you choosing everybody that gives you a compliment either. That's true. That's not normal. That's insecurity.
Yeah.
What you had, Solo?
Oh, I was just gonna say there's a lot of comments coming in.
Oh, I know it's a lot of comments.
Read that down from Piccolo real quick.
I just wanted to read. It said, let's see. TB King said, "You don't deserve a relationship. You don't deserve a relationship if you can't be honest," which is facts. PJ said, "Sometimes transparency can hurt a relationship in more ways than we care to admit because there's power in the tongue." Okay, we said that. Okay. And certain things are better left unsaid. I'd rather be hurt by honesty than lies. Let's see. Shia said, "If you find yourself in a situation where you're interested in someone, chances are that you'll believe that they have something your significant other doesn't." No, it's not lies. Some people can't accept honesty all the time. And there needs to be a conversation about what you feel your significant other isn't providing. In that case, too.
Yeah.
But even when
that's where I was about to go.
What you about to say, bros?
That like I don't feel like there's anything to be gained by telling your significant other, oh, like I almost, stepped out or whatever, right? I think there's more to be gained in, telling your significant other, and this is being truthful, what it is that you may be lacking in a relationship, right? That so you see something in somebody else, right? Like maybe like when y'all got together, right? Everything you put on your best, you know what I'm saying? You got your best clothes on, your J's or whatever, right? Then, down the line into the relationship, you get complacent, right? Now you wearing sweats with holes in them and stuff like that, right? But then you going out and you seeing somebody else that's dressing up, you know what I'm saying?
That
so
happens.
That could be something that, you know what I'm saying,
What you mean, that turns you off from the person?
No, but they're lacking. No, he's right. But basically, they just put a you know how, and Erica, you can
put a front up
a representative. They represented something that they really not.
They put
when it became comfortable, they just started.
You can get someone nice in your Walmart outfit.
Yeah,
it's almost like I'm gonna get you sucker when he first met.
Yeah, and it's like now it's like, oh, you ain't doing the same things that you used to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the question
now,
question
both of you.
Go ahead.
No, I gotta hear this. Go ahead. I gotta hear this. Go ahead.
If both partners tell each other, "Hey, I was about to cheat," we both gonna look at each other like, "Really? With who?" We're gonna be asking questions, and we're gonna have some insecurities.
I don't know if I want to
and
see it,
we're gonna be like worried about like, okay, so you're going out cheat with who? So it's it's an insecurity thing, and it's gonna cause some tension between you and your mate.
It depends
True.
on the mate.
And so my question was, how long will you let that insecurity lie before you actually address it? So yeah, you may not divulge every time you feel like you're gonna be in a situation to go outside your relationship, but how long will you not say it? And then that one time you actually do it, do you tell them then? Or do you tell them this is an ongoing thing? And I've been thinking about this, but you never address what those insecurities are. You never really address, well, you let yourself go. I've been feeling some type of way. So that's why I'm saying it's always good to be transparent, because you get into a pattern of behavior where eventually you will, you will step out, because you haven't addressed the truth. You haven't been honest. So some of us are in relationships for years because we just can't simply be honest, because we can't be alone or by ourselves. So we go through an entire relationship without addressing the truth or without saying what's real. And then we end up in a situation where, you cheated. And then now they real mad because you didn't tell them. And now the entire thing is messed up when it really could just be salvaged by some truth and some transparency.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, how long also do you stay in a relationship with somebody who's insecure that you just can't go outside either?
I mean, that's true. But then, also the what was I gonna say? A lot
that
of
word called discernment.
Right.
The word called discernment. Discernment.
We got Shia in the building. What's good, Shia?
What's happening, Shy?
Yo, what's good, y'all?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, so go ahead. I wanted to hear because I read your comments, so I wanted you to elaborate on what you were saying. Or just
I wanted to extrapolate on that for a little bit because I feel like the way you read it was kind of like it didn't come off the way that I intended it to.
Okay,
so it's kind of like but I just wanted to make sure I stated it correctly. But I was saying, if you find yourself in a situation where you're interested in another person, chances are you see something in them that you think is missing in your significant other. So that needs to be a conversation. Yeah. So, not everybody is as self-reflective as the next person. So if you're finding something in someone else that you're interested in and you allow it to get that far, I think there needs to be a conversation like, okay, babe, I've been feeling like this. I've been feeling like this isn't being supplied or communicated or whatever it may be in a relationship. And I think this is something that we need to work on. You know what I mean? So instead of saying like, and sometimes, if I'm being honest, sometimes honesty can hurt the relationship. And so if you find yourself being interested in someone for a specific reason, you don't, I believe you don't have to tell your partner like, yo, listen, I almost stepped out. You can be mature enough to step away from the situation and then say, okay, why was I interested in this person? Okay, this is the reason why. Okay, instead of telling them,
with
look,
yourself, though, you do
I almost stepped out. Just come to them with the reason why you were interested in that other person. Like, okay, babe, I've noticed that, this area in our relationship is lacking. Can we work on this? You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
I agree. I agree.
What is the biggest thing that causes people to step away and to want to see it to be in another relationship? What is the biggest thing y'all notice?
I mean, I don't know if it's
80-20.
Yeah.
I can say 80-20. You believe the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. It's the feeling of infatuation. Mm-hmm. It's that initial rush that you get. Like, I wonder if I test this other field out, what is it going to be like? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's the human condition of curiosity is what you want. Like you want to figure out what it is about that other person that made you so interested.
But why do you let yourself get that
also
close? Oh, go ahead, Erica. I'm gonna let Erica because Erica.
Also,
go ahead.
Also, the relationship that you probably in could be, it's not working out, and you just want to try something better, try something new, So it could be that as well.
So
the question is, why do we say yes when we know yes is not what we really want?
Say it again,
right.
Chris.
And then tying that back to the whole honesty, right? Why not be honest and tell that person versus stepping out on that person?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I said that at first.
Lead a relationship.
Yeah, that's
lead a relationship.
Can you guys? I don't know if you guys can see the comments. Can you guys see the comments? Some of them are saying to read the comments.
But why you let? But this is what I would say. Why let yourself get that close to somebody? For example,
right?
You get what I'm saying? Like, why allow yourself to get that into a person when you already know you got somebody else? Like
that's
we
true,
know,
but like
we know though.
Like,
we know.
Even,
like when we first see somebody,
and not even just saying like the cheating thing, but if you can't even be honest with somebody, they're not going to listen to what is true about them. If they can't accept what needs to be fixed or what needs to be changed, a lot of people, we get in a relationship with people. I am who I am. If you don't like it, you just accept who I am. This is who I am. Who I am ain't gonna change. And we don't say anything because we know they're not planning on changing. They're not planning on growing. So we get that close because we can't be honest. We can't tell the truth.
And Chris, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, as we get older, as people get older, I'm going to tell you, as you get older and as we get in our own way and you start getting out here dating, especially at an older age, you find out like people are who they are at that age. They're not going, what you see is what you get. You get what I'm saying?
So that's a dangerous place to be.
That is a dangerous place to be. That means you're not teachable and you're no longer a student of life. You just accept who you are as you are, flaws and all.
And guess what?
And don't believe
in a relationship,
that's why people
you're
just settle.
To be as
that's
close
why
to
people
100
settle.
as you can. So a relationship shouldn't be 100%. It should be, close to, 200% and above. So, you're growing and you're changing and you're evolving with each other. You're building on something. It shouldn't just be you 70 and I'm 100 and now I got to make up the 30 plus, the other percentage that isn't there. And a lot of people expect that out of a relationship when they don't bring, or at least try to bring 100%.
But Chris, be honest, we seen people accept that all the time. We hear the stories. They accept, even in celebrity. Yeah. We talking about look at the people that's out in this entertainment world. These are the singers and actors and ball players. They accept that all the time, even though they know this person is not going to change. They're not going to do it, but they're going to be like, okay, I'm comfortable, even though they're not bringing them what they actually need. They do it all the time.
I'm over here looking at the comments. The comments is crazy.
No, I believe it. I mean, this is because it's the truth. It's like we
King said, y'all have a hot topic tonight.
TB King said, men need to stop playing and be honest. If you don't want a relationship, tell the truth. You just want to be a hoe. Real men tell the truth.
Do I smell a whore? But then when you be honest, when you're honest, then you're the worst person in the world. You a scum of the earth. People, you say you want honesty. Like we talking about truth and honesty. Women, a lot of times women say they want honesty, but when you give that to them, now you're the worst person in the world. I can't believe you said that.
They can't handle it.
Instead of reflecting, like Shia said, self-reflecting, they discard it and they disagree. But a lot of men. That's why most times, as a man, that's most times men aren't honest because they can't be. It's not safe to be honest because you're attacked. Or, you make them feel like it's wrong to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. But if you want a man to be honest, then you got to let a man be honest. And most men will be if you allow them to be. But that's why most men don't. And that's why most men go out and do what they want to do when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and don't say anything.
Yeah, the question is, though, can you accept the honesty, though? That's the thing.
Erica, can you accept it?
Yes, I can accept somebody being honest. I mean, I want a man to be honest with me. Just like if I'm honest with him, I want him to be honest with me. I want him to be open with me as well. Because if I'm open with him, I want him to be open with me.
Okay, so one songstress said, a lot of people are scared to be alone. That's a good one.
And that's why that's what goes back to what Chris, that's why they take on a lot of stuff that they really don't. Their standard. Everyone has a standard, and they can have a standard. But because they don't want to be alone, you know how they say, I've been alone for 2-3 years, whatever. They lower them standards and accept whatever that comes with them because they don't want to be alone.
Right.
Jasmine's next life said, most people believe it's 50-50, but it should be 100-100.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
She said most people say 50-50, but it should be.
You talking about like I give you 100, you give me 100?
Yeah, it should be 100%.
I said that.
Now,
we got each in the building.
I'm just trying to clarify.
We got each in the building. And she said,
because then when life happens, you should have been close to 100 as you can, because then when you do lack and some of those percentage, I got enough to hold you up. I got enough to keep us sustained, and vice versa. It'll happen in every area of the relationship. 1 minute you're gonna be 100, and the next minute you're not going to be. But if that other person is, close to 100 as they can get, they can sustain you as well.
Right. Yeah. What happened, Solo?
Isha's in the building. Isha said, I've had many men get upset with my honesty. That was our last guest on the show.
Yeah.
What do you mean she had a lot of people? She didn't come up here and tell us something. She had a lot of people get mad at her honesty. What honesty was?
Her comment before, though, was, and it's not just women whose feelings get hurt with honesty.
No, that was one songstress that said that. Isha was the one that said it.
No, I'm looking at it right now, bro.
Yeah, she said it's
so
not
for all those that tuned in just recently,
you're right.
There was an article. We wanted to get some female women input on. There was a woman who had been with her husband for 16 years, and he had 2 kids outside of marriage, so she divorced him. So where we were at before we went way to the left, where we were at was how would women deal with that situation. I know Ms. Erica said something about prayer, and you probably get through it. Now maybe with the first child, but when you dealing with 2 kids, 2 kids
right
inside, you know what I'm saying, you married, that's not, you know what I'm saying, where do you go with? I mean, I want to hear some feedback on that.
And the one thing I wanted to ask too is how do you come back from that, right? Like when you talk about like from the stance of if you decide that you want to stay in the relationship, right? That's gonna be not one but two constant reminders that this person stepped out on you, right? So can you really trust that person? Can you honestly look at yourself and tell yourself that you can trust that person? So if you can't, why stay?
Yeah.
Right?
See, that there it is right there. Why would you even stay?
Because you hurting yourself more. Because when this person goes out, or
you're gonna question everything,
you ain't gotta find my iPhone on them or nothing like that. So you don't know where they really at. So why?
And you're
stay?
already probably bitter and probably feeling depressed already about it. So why do that to yourself? Why just just leave from the situation?
Yeah,
that's why I took that stance earlier that I couldn't be with the person, but I would still keep the line of communication open.
You might as well stay with it after 15 years. I mean,
that's how they feel. That's what they want to do.
That's
but don't do it like why?
I mean, you already got a house with this person.
It don't matter,
but it don't matter, bro. Like
I don't care if
that's
it's
what they do. No. We talking about for her though.
That's just material things. God could always make a way for for you to have a new start. That's just material things.
But y'all, come on, y'all. Let's be real. Let's be real, y'all.
Okay.
Look, listen, y'all. Chris, for a second.
I could have done differently to not make them cheat.
We say that.
Are they just cheaters?
No, we say that, y'all. But see, this is the problem I have with today's society. We say that. We say that. But then we no, seriously. But then we see these celebrities and everything. They do it every single day, and we give them a pass. So what you think the regular society gonna do? Because we give all these celebrities, we give them a pass on all this stuff. We don't come down on them. Nick Cannon made like 12, 13 kids with 12, 13 women, and guess what? Women are still going at them, and y'all know it. Women are still going at him. So at the same time, no, it's not different. How? How is it different? He's not married, but he's still doing it.
For some people, those aren't deal breakers.
And
some
that's
people
what I'm
be like,
saying.
I ain't staying, I'm leaving, we divorcing. But for some people, whatever their motive or reasons for staying is, they see the bigger picture. They see past it, and they're able to get through it.
No, what they said
after that second one, I ain't no stepdad to two other people's kids, but after that second one, like, nah, I'm good. It's clearly something else you need or you want out there, and I'm allow you to have it.
Let's keep this in perspective. I'm about to say this. Beyonce been cheated on. Janet Jackson been cheated on. Halle Berry been cheated on. Let's not get it. Dwayne Wade made a baby on Gabrielle Union. And the list go on and on and on to the break of dawn. But we give them passes. I'm being dead serious. Y'all know how I am. We give them passes, and then we look at the regular people and act like, oh, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? But then you sit there and you would gloat and you would still cheer on these celebrities because why? Because of their status.
So the next time I'm slinging, somebody better give me a pass.
I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, you was just look, you were just on TV looking at Dwayne Wade play ball, and you just gonna get mad at him. But Dwayne Wade is your favorite ball player. You just cheering him on.
As long as he's making them threes.
Nah, I'm just saying. I'm just being real. Like with the society, man, we always come down on everything else, but we don't. We get these celebrities passes like they could do what they want to do. That's just what it is.
True that.
The Kardashians do whatever, but now never mind. I'm about to.
So let me ask you this, ladies. Let me ask you this.
But some of them is about money issues, about money.
Right.
It's about money. Yeah. Oh well, he can go out and cheat as long as he give me money, and that's money don't buy love.
It don't.
But I mean, so this is the thing, though.
Cheating is a real touchy issue because everybody ain't gonna leave their spouse if they cheat.
Yeah.
And some people may say cheating is a character flaw, but other people may go, man, what did I do to make him cheat?
Oh,
right.
That's what they do.
That is
That's
not
what
the
they do,
same
Chris.
for everybody.
Right.
One person may be like, man,
you're right.
He a cheater. He always a cheater. That's what it's gonna be. That ain't me. That ain't on me. It ain't my fault. But some people go, wow, okay, why would he step out or why would she step out on me? What is missing from our relationship that they would step out? You could go all day long about, once a cheater, always a cheater, or he cheated because or she cheated because I lacked whatever. It's a matter of relationship to relationship. It's not really a matter of opinion. It's a matter of what you choose to decide.
Okay, so
what
let me
you
ask you
choose
this
to deal with.
Okay, so since I guess cheating is not the way for some people to leave. What is a deal breaker? What's like, yo, okay, I can deal with the cheating, but I can't deal with this. Like, what do you guys?
What is bigger than that? I mean, what is bigger than that though? I don't even know. Like,
It could be.
Ain't nobody. I was
Some
ain't
people
nobody
don't
gonna
care.
whoop my ass. If we got to be fighting, then we good. But I mean, I'm not.
he's like, ain't nobody
I'm
gonna be
not a
whooping
person
back.
that would say that cheating is necessarily a deal breaker.
I
Like,
mean, because I know
I
some
would
people
be
don't
that
care.
reflective
No,
person
it could
to
be
like,
abuse too.
Yeah, abuse.
That's
yeah,
why I'm
that's
asking
It could be
that. That's why I'm
domestic
asking.
abuse.
abuse.
physical.
Yes.
That's why I'm
verbally
asking.
or
You ain't
physical.
whooping
Yeah.
Some
my
people
ass,
don't care.
We
Yeah.
ain't
Some people
doing
like, I
all
don't care if
that.
you cheat on me. I ain't love you anyway. But if you
for
smack
me,
me,
cheating is not necessarily a deal breaker.
Yeah, but so Chris, you said that it's not a deal breaker, but it would be a point of self reflection at that time, right? Is that what you said?
For me, ain't for
Right.
everybody.
No. I know, but this is my thing, right? Like so like if you someone it could be detrimental to someone who, not saying you, right, but to some people it can be detrimental to their mental state, right, when
True.
if they're completely self-reflective, right, but they're constantly choosing the person that is a cheater, just this is just what they do, they want to be with all these different men and women, and you're just one of them, right, then you get caught in this loop
True.
of, oh, what did I do this time to make this person cheat on me? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you self reflection doesn't mean you got to be stupid. Self reflection is okay. Let's weigh all of these things, and if you come to the realization that it's not you, then you make the choice from there. I'm not saying that because you're self-reflective that you have to be stupid or silly and stay. But what I'm saying, self-reflective is if I come to the conclusion that there isn't anything that would make this person, cheat on me. I've been giving you all I need to give you, and you still chose to cheat. Then you make a decision from there. But it doesn't always mean you did something to make this person cheat. They could just be jerks. They could just be that kind of person. But every
That's true.
situation and cheating is not always because they're just a cheater. It could be something else there. Every situation is different. You can't say every person that ever cheated, they cheated because they just a cheater and they wanted to hurt somebody's feelings or ruin their marriage or ruin their relationship. That's not true.
Well, I commend y'all because they cheat on me. I'm dead. I ain't no coming back from that. I'm sorry. I don't know. Y'all good.
It's kind of tough.
Cheat on me. I don't care how our relationship is. You cheat on me, that's just done
tough.
deal.
Yeah,
it's a done deal. But only reason why I cheated is because you wasn't showing me no attention. Well, you know what? I'm
not showing you any attention now.
The attention's definitely gone now. No,
Bye.
Yeah, we done.
Yeah, we got
Right.
it.
And if you choose to stay and you realize, nah, it ain't, I'm showing you all the attention you need, then don't be silly and stay. You know what I'm saying? Like it's from situation to situation. There are a lot of people that would say, you cheat on me, I'm good, we good, I'm done. But there are a lot of people that won't say, just because you cheated on me, I'm done. And it doesn't mean that you did something to make them cheat. Some people ain't,
Right.
Yeah.
That's my thing, because like if you got to the point where you cheated, then that means you've reflected enough. Chances are you've reflected enough to know what's missing in the relationship that you're seeing in that other person. So we could have had a conversation about it. So at this point, you chose not to communicate that to me. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's like super.
That go to my point from the beginning. Like if you're able to be honest and transparent, and it's okay to be safe and transparent, then why not? Because then when you have all this situation going on, when you could have just communicated what's real.
Wow.
Yeah, and to your other point, and then Talent Speaks for Me said,
and if I get cheated on.
Yeah, it said it's not a deal breaker if there's remorse, but you only get one shot.
Go ahead.
Okay,
then. You right.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to your point, Chris, about still having self-reflection but not being stupid.
I think the biggest thing, the biggest pet peeve for me is when people are in naive. Not naive. They're in denial about what they don't feel like why the person cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be a valid point of why the person cheated, but they don't want to hear after the fact. What I mean? Of course, you could have talked about it, but if you have too much pride, I think that's the problem. You have a lot of pride. It could be something where, like, you guys are not communicating enough. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
I think that's one of the biggest. I asked this question earlier. What's the biggest thing that's causing people to cheat? And to me, it's communication. A lot of miscommunication happens in a relationship, or just communication, period. So I feel like, when that's not happening, people get prideful, like, well, you ain't giving me an opportunity to work on it, or or they be stuck in themselves when really they don't want to work it out.
Yeah, lack of
Right.
effort
'Cause
too.
there's
Lack of effort, definitely.
right. There's a fine line. Most cheaters, when they cheat, they lie. Most remorseful people be like, "Man, I cheated on you. Man. I don't want you to leave me." Like, now you gotta, again, like, like Ashley said, Erica said, you gotta discern, whether that's true or not. If they really feel sorry, or if they really feel remorseful, and if there is change. But most cheaters lie. Most habitual or character flaw cheaters, they lie. They don't tell you the truth. They lie to you. They lie to them. They lie to everybody. But most people who are remorseful usually come clean and be honest about it, and they usually try to change.
Okay. Well, y'all killing, y'all getting it tonight, boy. I swear.
Oh yeah,
They getting it tonight.
that cheating tip, boy.
Bunch of cheaters. So look, we got somebody coming up. Who we got? Pull your screen up, please. See who we got.
I'm gonna let you. My bad. I'm gonna let you up.
We
In a
got
second.
Octopus
Give me 1
Monica.
second. My bad. Augusta.
Oh, we got somebody. They up.
Augusta, did you want to say something? Gonna let you get the floor. No, I'm gonna bring it up. Just give me a second.
I don't think she can hear herself.
What? Hello?
Yes,
We can hear you.
we can hear you.
Okay, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you all?
All
We
right,
doing
we
fine.
doing good tonight.
Yeah, I just put in a comment. I filed for divorce after I found out my spouse was cheating. And while we were separated during the divorce proceedings, I found out that she was pregnant.
During the
They had a
divorce
child together.
proceedings, you found out she was pregnant.
And
Okay.
I found out she was pregnant.
Wow.
He told me
Something happened. She went out.
Yeah, she went out.
Larry, you hit something.
No, I didn't hit her.
No. Something. They went out. We can't hear nobody.
Something went out.
Oh, my battery.
Give us 1 second.
Sorry for this, folks. But
All right, there we go. We're back up. All right, so you said because we lost you there. We still lost you.
yeah, okay, I'm back again.
Okay. Go ahead and
I
explain.
can hear you now. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
you found out during the divorce procedure, you found out she was pregnant.
Yes.
Okay.
He called me and he told me that he met her with me and told me she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And
Of course, I was devastated.
uh-huh.
And because actually, honestly, I wanted to try to work things out when I first found out that he cheated, because I figured, he was still my husband and I still loved him, and I wanted to work out things out if at all possible.
Mm-hmm.
But then he continued seeing her, so then that's when I decided to file. And then right after I filed, that's when I found out she was pregnant.
Can I? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut in real quick. Somebody's got the TV on. If you can turn your TV down, because the audience is trying to hear, but they can't.
Okay,
hear
hold
too
on.
much.
so they can hear us, but
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now we good.
There we
Now
go.
we good.
We can hear you clearly now.
Yeah.
Now. Okay, good.
So you tried to make it work, and he continued to see the other
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Now, how many years was y'all married for?
10.
10 years. Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And did you suspect anything during the marriage, or you see anything change, or did you guys talk or have like therapy sessions or anything? Go see counseling.
I did. I started noticing he started dressing differently. He would go and hide in the bathroom and lock the door and talk on the phone, things like that that he hadn't been doing before.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would ask about it, he would deny it.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I just want to interrupt. So the people on the panel can hear you fine, but in the audience, you sound like a robot. Do you have earphones or something that'll help you sound better?
Okay, because I have my earphones on.
No, you have an earbud. Do you have like the plug-in earphones or something? Because it's breaking up for the audience.
Okay, I think I do.
Come on, back
Is
up
that
here.
who is Taisha? Okay.
Yes.
But while she doing that, she got anything you want to chime in real quick?
Yeah, they said.
Well, I was chiming in the audience, but I was going to say I have been through the same situation of whatever article you read, and I was listening to my friend Chris. But to me, I'm sorry, I did ask that question when we were getting divorced. What was the reason for all the cheating? And it's usually never anything that can't be talked about. But his number one thing for him is he said, I made him feel inadequate as a man because I paid for everything, I handled everything, but that's not on me, that's you. So that's none of that is my fault. And any issue that is that bad, just leave. I don't care if honesty hurts my feelings or anything. The cheating and the pop-up children hurt worse than that. I'd rather you just go.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right, but that goes back to what I was saying. Had he been honest about how he felt inadequate, because that inadequacy
I still wouldn't have changed anything because I'm not gonna have my lights off because you feel inadequate that I'm paying the bill. If you can't pay it, I'm paying it.
But what I'm saying is the inadequacy didn't come from you. It came from within him. It was an insecurity within him. Had he expressed that, you could express that's not, I just need to take care of us. And, most people would feel like that, or most men would feel like inadequate if they can't provide for their family. But again, like I was saying, that's an insecurity in him, not you. And I'm not saying that you had an insecurity or you did something. What I'm saying is if he would discuss that feeling with you or how he was feeling you were treating him, he could have seen that, no, I just need to take care of my family. That includes you.
And you brought something up. You now we talking. We been trying to be real authentic on this podcast. So, what changed? Was it like that in the beginning, where you was taking care of everything, you was doing everything? Well, he felt. Was it like that?
Now I've known him since I was 14 years old.
Okay.
So, okay. But when we got together, let me say this.
Yeah, say it.
For I learned a lesson to date with. I need to date within my socioeconomic class. And people say, people like to call people names. Oh, you don't. No, dating out of your socioeconomic and educational and communicational class does not work.
Explain that.
It doesn't work.
Explain that.
So
part.
if you can't communicate on the same level, if you as a woman are used to a different type of lifestyle, I believe I got married. He married me because I provided a lifestyle, and then he got mad later on that I was providing the lifestyle.
Wow.
But did you know that he couldn't provide the lifestyle when you married him?
And that's
I knew that, but I was already living on my own. So
right. And
I ain't going to live where you at. You're going to have to come over here. I'm sorry. I ain't going over there.
But I think the key thing is too, though, is that like you were with him and that wasn't him not making as much as you wasn't a deal breaker for you, right? Obviously. Right?
No. Because a lot of part of our marriage, he was a house husband.
Which is okay for you. So
yeah, that was fine for me because so Solo knows and Chris knows. We have a special needs child, and at that time, she was only given a 5-year life expectancy. And I sat down and I said, "Hey, so she needs a lot of things. We can't. Your check alone is not. No, it actually doesn't do much, but pay gas. So you stay here, and when she, I'll work, and then you can take her to because she had a lot of appointments. I'll work, you take her to all the appointments." And he was okay with that. Because if you sat down there, because I sat down, I put down the numbers and I said, now somebody can't work but it can't be me.
Mm-hmm. Unless he make
because of the bills.
Yeah. So he.
Yeah. Unless
so what you're saying is he cheated, right? You saying he stepped out, or you just?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he stepped.
Okay,
yeah, he stepped out.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 children, and yeah.
He had 2 children. Why doing you
Yes.
guys? So
well, now the
this
second
story,
one I didn't know about till
this
after
story is basically your story.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I have lived this.
Yeah, this story is your story. So, well, and that's good, but no, that's not a bad, because we got an actual person to actually chime in on how they felt. Now, what transpired and how did you feel doing this whole situation? And were you willing to work on your marriage?
What did I do? Okay, so oh Lord. I suggested therapy, didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get him therapy with the VA because he's a veteran. He didn't want to do that. He wasn't getting his GI Bill because of a dishonorable. I set up appointments so we can dispute that. I got him a disabled, but the Army called me and said, "Ma'am, you can't do everything for him. He's gonna have to." He just wasn't a motivated person.
But this was already when he had the 2 kids.
And the type of women that he cheated with, it was the same type. I said, "Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but can you go get a lawyer or something?" But I said, these women, because the receipts I would find, you bought 4 McDoubles. This is what you cheating with. This is what you do.
Well,
but you know what? No. What we have to realize.
Right. And so,
can
that's when I found out. That's when I found out the reasoning. I said, "Now, if you're going to cheat, why are you cheating like this?" And he said, "Well, it doesn't take much to please them. They don't require much. They're happy with a McDouble."
Isha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I'm probably over talking.
Yes.
Look, Look, I'm gonna have to stop this live and come right back because my phone is dying. I need to switch out my phone because it's about to die. I need
Solo
to
in these uncharged phones.
No.
Okay.
It was charged all the way up.
It
was charged up for like an hour.
Y'all can go jump on Real Podcast Head joint. We can continue this because my battery full. You know what I'm saying?
Shut it.
Okay, y'all want me to hop over there?
Yeah, hop over there real quick. Because we getting this real good. Just please go over there, y'all. Please just go over there real quick. Because this was, I got some more questions.
Solo don't know how to charge his phone.
Yeah, I got some.
He don't ever.
My phone
I
was
promise.
charged.
Every time.
I got some crazy questions, and we got a lot of people.
Where's the podcast at?
The Real Podcast Head.
At the Real Podcast. I'll put it in the chat real quick.
Hey, look, we getting juicy in this, so Isha, we gonna get right dig, and I know you on, and we're gonna dig right into this, so we gotta go to the other site.
Okay, I'll go. You said the Real
this.
Podcast.
The Real Podcast.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, I'm over there. I'll go over there.
We going over there right now.
All right.
Did you put it in there?
Yeah. I just put it in there.
Man, this game good. Hey, all right, they over there. Somebody they wave they here.
You gotta bring them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them up when they you know what I'm saying. Town Speaks. So thank you, Town Speaks. When she said she just sent it to her. Oh, they go. Aisha.
Oh, you gotta bring her up on the.
Nah, I can do it.
That's what's up, boy.
That's what you know.
Come on, Solo. You gotta get on point, man. Don't come at me like that.
Look,
yo, we know. I'm grateful. We grateful.
You about to come up.
We grateful.
Okay, I'm paid.
All right, you here?
Yeah, we back.
All right. Yeah, we got to get this because this story is all about you, girl. All about you.
You know what? Wasn't last week's story?
No, this wasn't last week's story was about well, I know you were saying your kids play football. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So
she's a little low in the volume.
Yeah, she low.
It might need to be.
You talking to me?
Yeah,
no, yeah, you low, but that's on our end. We'll fix it. Chris is back too as well.
Yeah.
That's good to be on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so we back. We gotta turn everybody up. Everybody's low. On it.
That's just his side.
Is your audio on your phone? Might need to be turned up.
I mean, you can still hear it, but no.
Yeah, we can hear it. Just need to be turned.
Yeah,
up.
we can hear it. It's just low.
That's all. So now, since while he's getting the volume together, now.
Lord, I feel like I'm exposing myself, but that's okay.
Hey, look here, we authentic on this show, woman.
Look, you might be able to help somebody else.
Yeah, and there you go. Say it again. Be right. You might be able to help somebody else that's going through the same issue. You good?
I'm
I
ready.
can do it from here.
All right. So, what I guess the question was, I guess how did you deal with the situation? And you were saying the women he was cheating with that you found out he was taking them to McDonald's and he was finding receipts for chicken McNuggets and kibbles and bits. I mean, and what else was this?
Okay, you went circling for a little bit, like Wi-Fi went.
I'm gonna say it one more time.
Say it again.
No,
I said you went out for a little bit.
Oh, so no, we left out on you said you was finding receipts with him taking them to Burger King and McDonald's and getting chicken McNuggets.
Because he was a smoker, and I would make him smoke outside, so buying more cigarettes than usual, just little things. And,
yeah, we get hit. Go ahead.
Well, now he used to call me a detective,
Mm-hmm.
I never I don't do the searching through phones thing. I never had to do that. That's more stress than I want. I always knew that if he was doing something, it would just find me. So, he had like little habits of like when we walk out the house, he would, whether it was the winter, he would turn the heat off. If it was the summer, he would turn the air off before we left the house. So he tells me, "Oh man, work's just so hard. I just been here all day. It's 23 degrees outside." I looked at the top of my car. It's frost on. So if you just got home, that would have melted. Also, I walk in the house, it's already 60 degrees in here. If you've been gone for 8 hours, it would be very cold still. I said, so please tell me who was here. And he got mad. "Oh, you just a detective. You just missed detective." He got defensive. I said, so this is how I know I'm correct. Who was here?
Right.
And that's when, I said, you already know when I ask, I probably already know. So what's the issue? What's the problem? Why do we keep having this issue? Well, you just make me feel blah, 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 like I'm not a good dad. I'm not this. I said, well, all I do is ask you to watch the children. Like, okay, so one incident, I came home, his homeboys was there, and my oldest had cut one of our youngest hair, and he in a whole nother room, and she walking around with sharp scissors. I said, was I not supposed to say something? Like, he was the type of, don't say nothing to me, don't correct me, don't, if you're a stay at home, like when I was staying at home, you would come home to dinner and all that. I come home, you just took the chicken out 5 minutes ago.
He got responsibilities if he's gonna be a house basically stay home. Yeah.
Right. And I come home from work, and sometimes for some of the other children, I was still paying for daycare. You weren't even keeping them all. So, and I washed them, I'm not folding nothing, or I did this, I'm not doing that. So it was just, and I said, I don't think I'm requiring anything extra from you than what should be required of a husband. I said, you don't want accountability, and that's not on me.
Right. Yeah. That
some people, and I told him, and we did get married young, and I said, but I said, not wanting to be held accountable for anything is not on me. I'm so sorry.
Just because you get married young don't mean you need to eat the kids' Happy Meals. You don't want the chicken nuggets, chicken McNuggets.
So how did that make you feel?
I will say this: I do not have the best temper, because everything is not on. Marriage goes two ways. I have a bad reaction response.
Wow.
I do have a bad now, and for knowing me so long, he knew exactly how to make me react in certain ways so he could leave.
Jesus.
So when you found out who he was cheating with, or he was cheating, walk us walk us through it.
I know, right?
Hey, look, we gotta give our listeners the authenticity of them. Yeah. So what was the conversation like with him?
Tears, crying. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm sorry.
You know how like. But the thing is, when you're manipulative and you know who you're talking to, like anyone who knows me knows I have a thing for a broken person or someone who's breaking. So the tears to me, now I know we're not authentic. It was just like, if I cry, she'll just, she won't go anywhere. So sometimes that's what I'm saying. Like if you're that unhappy, just leave. But that's not what he didn't want to leave. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. And that's why I'm saying sometimes cheating is just a character flaw.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm gonna do, Isha? I'm gonna go back to what we was all talking about with Chris before we got on this topic. And I'm gonna ask you a question. Now, moving forward in the next relationship that you have, do you find that the issues what you went through with your husband, that these are some of the standards which you're not going to put up in your next relationship? Does that make sense? You hear what I'm saying?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why I've been single.
You talking to me?
So so basically that going through that have affected you moving forward.
Oh yeah, I've been single for 10 years.
How do you do that?
10 long years.
Well, is Chris on right now? I don't know. Do we got Chris on?
Yeah, Chris on.
Do we? Hey, Chris.
Now, let me say this.
Hey, Chris.
This week.
I did not say I haven't had fun in 10 years.
Oh, we know that. Yeah,
we get that. Come on now.
But Chris, this is reason why I asked you that, because going back to our previous conversation, remember we was talking about the insecurities when people get into relationships. So they're going to question this. They're going to do that. They're not going to be indulged in a lot of honesty and transparency. And that's why I was asking Isha, moving forward in her next relationship, will that be able to be possible because of what she's been through in her marriage?
Of course, because she's not going to accept less now. She knows that she not necessarily chose wrong, but she knows that her requirements are different.
Right.
You know, what you require now is somebody who is on the same economic status, who is on the same level, and she understands that he wasn't on the same level. But you know, when you're young, you feel like you can make it work. Things will be different. He will be different. Things will change. People change. So yeah, of course, I'm sure she learned from that, and I'm sure she knows. Like, no, that's why she said, you know, I can't date nobody who's not on the same level as me because it's not gonna work.
We got Jasmine up on the floor. Is there anything you want to say, Jasmine?
Somebody has a question for me, so I'll answer that when she's done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's TV. You talking about TV King?
Okay,
well, y'all, my story is just really weird, but okay.
It's not weird.
So
it's life, girl. Say it. It's your story.
This is why I chose him. So as I said, I met him when I was 14 years old.
Teenage love.
I was closer to his mother and grandmother and his brother than him ever. So when all this was happening, because I wasn't going to marry him because he cheated before we got married. But we grew up in church and we already had our first child. And so I was getting pressure from his mother and his grandmother. He just having fun. He being a dumb little boy. This is what dumb boys do.
Then we say, Grandma tell you?
If you could just hold on. Yeah. Yeah. His grandma like this, and this little floozy. This ain't no stayer. This ain't no, this ain't nobody. I promise you, he gonna get sick of her. I let his family and the church pressure me into that because we already had a child, and they didn't want him. I believe, and even to this day, they be like, "Y'all think y'all can?" His mama, y'all think? No, ma'am. I would never take. No, ma'am. It's not gonna work out. No, ma'am. And like recently, his sister got married, and I brought her children, and some of his family had no idea we were divorced. His new woman was there and everything. They tell me, "Oh, your wife is so." I said, they don't know we divorced. We've been divorced 10 years.
Dang. He was holding on.
You probably don't want to let him down. He ain't told him yet.
Exactly. Oh God.
Holding on.
Oh God, you got to tell my mom now.
Yes, church. That family pressure was a hell of a drug. Because I'm 21, 22, and they're saying, "Well, you already have a child." What the church? You already got sat. I got sat down from the choir and everything. Meanwhile, he's still in the choir. But anyway,
eating cheeseburgers and nuggets.
It was a lot of.
Still in the choir. So sweet sour sauce.
So, but he made 2 kids during your marriage, right?
Yeah, the second one was when we were separated, and the only reason why I found out is because one of his homeboys called me to check on the baby. I said, "What baby?" He said, "Oh, he talking about name the child's name." I said, "I didn't have a child." He said, "Oh my God." He said,
"Because you busted."
Well, he had other people thinking that the child was mine. That's not my baby.
Wow,
man, he just man.
Okay, so
how long was it before his insecurities came out to you in terms of him feeling inadequate?
Before we were married.
Oh,
It
so
was
okay.
before we were married. No, he cheated before. That's what I'm saying. Before we even got married. Because I was just going, I said, well, it's only one child. I'll just move on. And like I said, his mother and grandmother were just saying, y'all just need to get away from, it's the city. There's too much choices here. And, he just getting back from the war.
Nah, it's too much punani. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a bill.
So, somebody said my story sound like The Young and the Restless. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's
it's
real.
very okay.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
That's what this platform for, though, to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
This one should be on the Audible.
So let me ask you. So what are the steps you took to like overcome and deal with it and move on emotionally? Because I know you're a strong woman. I understand you're a strong woman, but what did you do to kind of get yourself back in the gear, so to speak?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I went so long with being cheated on. When he left, I had me a good old time.
You put your freaking dress girl, your freaking girl dress on.
You just went all up. You like, you know what? You just went in. You ain't turned into no savage, did you?
Oh, I got a whole one, and then a whole
She said a whole one.
Not a half. Not 1/3.
She turned into a whole savage.
And then, honestly, for women that have been in my situation, when I finally did have someone else, I said, now, wait a minute. Things get better. When you don't know no better.
Yes, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute.
Track crazy.
Yeah,
so I did the wrong thing at first. I will say that. I let out my frustrations. Like, well, now I can do it because I don't have nothing holding me back. So I had my fun because my 20s was spent in a marriage.
Yeah.
So we got Jasmine up here. I wanted to give Jasmine the floor too because I know she was waiting patiently. I appreciate.
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
No.
Oh, no, you good, sister. I actually enjoy listening to you, and I just had to chime in, and thank y'all for letting me chime in. This is actually my first time hearing about you guys, but this conversation is really, really interesting. And, well, one, right now I'm actually engaged, so I'm still learning. I'm 20.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
She said what?
She's engaged.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm still learning, and it's good to hear from different views and perspective from other people, so I can see what I can learn, what to do, what not to do, and apply it to my own life and see what works best for me. But one thing I've learned about cheating, because I've seen it firsthand, my mom was always out. She was the cheater. I'll just put it out there since we keep it real, right? So she was the cheater, and my dad was the house husband, and he wasn't a house husband because he kind of chose to be. It's just that he had to be because my mom was either at work or always in school or always just doing something other than being home. So somebody has to take care of home. So all my life I knew my dad, but I caught my mom cheating and everything. So I've learned with cheating it's like she said, it's a character flaw. It's something within yourself that I don't know what it is. Usually people like sex a lot, I do. I'm gonna just be honest, and it can result to you just wanting to be involved with multiple different people. There's nothing wrong with her or the individual. It's just something within themselves that they feel like they're not satisfied enough. So they go to different outlets, and then so with my mom, for using her story, she went to different outlets, and sex was also her stress reliever. Whenever she was mad, whenever she was upset, whenever she, was going through any type of emotion, she used sex. That was her thing. And it passed down to me where I end up doing that. Now, granted, I ain't been in a relationship, so I was always on the other end. I was either the other female. And a lot of the times I didn't know because guys will tell you what you need to know, and I really didn't care because it was none of my business. I was being selfish, and cheating is a selfish act. Like they're doing something for themselves. It has nothing to do with the other person. Yeah, you may be lacking something in a relationship, but to still cheat, that was a selfish act you did on your terms. So him not coming to you or whatever, if he can't even be secure with himself, if he can't be honest with himself, if he can't be expressive, it's hard to actually bring that to a person. So usually we react first before we actually think about our actions, and it sucks.
Why do I feel like I feel like we in
I want to ask
a meeting or something?
Yeah, I want to ask Jasmine a question real quick. Jasmine, let me ask you a question. You said when you saw your mother doing the cheating, okay, it was passed. You stated it was passed down to you, correct? And you started doing things that was, not you know what I mean. You were just doing
The
it,
best.
and you
Yeah,
didn't,
like
and you didn't care about what guys. So you do. It was no emotion in what you was doing because you didn't care.
no emotion.
All right.
No.
So what transpired or what changed, and now you engaged that you can separate that past life to this now? You can say, okay, and what made you make this person different from the others?
Well, one, I'm growing up. Two, I always wanted to be a wife, and even though my mom didn't show me the best example of how to be a wife and a mother, she did the best she could with the resources and the knowledge that she had, and I'm
Mm.
thankful for it. So, but I'm learning that as I'm talking to mature women, and more modest women and mature men and, more strong men, I'm learning that if I want to be a certain kind of person, I need to do certain kind of things. So who do I need to become this wife? And Jasmine can't be out in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
That no man is going to want no woman that's all out in the streets. And for everybody, if she can't respect herself, how she's going to respect the relationship? So first, I had to start working on self. So I didn't have my first relationship wasn't until 19, and I was with him for 3 years, God rest his soul, up until he tragically passed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up being in the relationship I am now because he stepped in at a time where I needed help. Our relationship is a whole nother story. It's a long story that I could get
Mm-hmm.
into, that I could write a book about.
Mm-hmm.
But I had the opportunity to experience two real loves,
Mm-hmm.
still learning how to be a woman and still learning, and I knew I wasn't ready. So they wanted to marry me, but I've always put it off because I knew I wasn't at a place to be somebody's wife.
Mm.
Now I've reflected and worked on, healed from certain things, learned from some of that. And granted, I'm still only 28, so I'm still learning. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still technically young. So, but
Hey
I
Jasmine,
know
can you
better.
hold that? Jasmine, can you hold that thought 1 second? Is Chris, you there?
Yeah.
Hey Chris, I think one songstress wants to come up and say one thing. Can you hop down real quick? Thank you, bro. No, I just wanted to let her come up real quick.
Chris, such a gentleman.
Yeah, such a gentleman. I wanted to come up and say something real quick before we shut down because we got a long drive, man. Me and B Glenn got a real long drive, so just want to go ahead and let some people come in.
Give 1 second. Hey Jasmine, so one thing that kind of is commendable that you said you did was you had to reflect on, and you still learning how to be a woman and how to be, and that's like commendable on your part, because you kind of looking at yourself, say, I'm holding myself accountable for this action.
Yeah, I see you spinning.
You heard did you hear what I said?
And
Yeah.
I said it's almost like you holding yourself accountable for actually being, for learning, and actually you still learning to be a woman, to be a wife, to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yep, I'm learning to self-reflect, hold myself accountable,
Mm.
And also forgiving my mom for not knowing better because, she didn't know, So, and not allowing my past trauma and hurt to dictate the things that I know that I can have that is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's still a journey. Everybody has their journey, and I'm learning that we all go through our things for other people sometimes. So my story is going to help somebody. For a lot of young girls in my
Oh yeah.
age, in my era, that's all we thinking about.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the bag, I ain't doing this.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, we sound like prostitutes. Like, if you don't, if you ain't got the bag, I ain't giving you nothing.
Yeah.
That's what prostitutes do. Like, so, like, I'm just trying to help the best way I can, but it has to start with self. I can't change the world, but I can start changing myself.
I know
And
that's right.
knowing that I want better, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do better.
And we appreciate it, and this is what this platform is all about, man. It's all about this information and people learning and understanding and growing, to be better people. And that's why that's your story is a good story to tell.
absolutely.
It's really commendable. Who did you have? Solo?
Yeah, it was one songstress wanted to come up and Isha got dropped, so I don't know how she got dropped. We wanted to let one songstress come up real quick and say what she needed to say because I really wanted to hear what she wanted to say. Appreciate you, Jasmine, so much for coming up here. And
appreciate
you know what I mean? Everybody that's been coming through here, man. Yeah, it's definitely a dope Thursday.
No problem. And real quick, I just want to give my flowers to Isha, like, because her story was something that I really I learned from too today. And I want to commend her strength, for being single for that long. I just pray that one day that you open your heart to somebody that do deserve you, because
True
we
that.
all
Yeah.
deserve good, you know. And I just want you to know I love you, sis. And even though I don't know you, I love you. So.
You hear that,
I'm
Isha? We just said it. See, you see how the authentic see it, just driving, just working around, girl, sharing.
Don't hate on Black Love.
Hey, Isha, you still while you single, you still dancing for pesos and change? What you doing? what you doing?
My voice is, good and well. I don't have no problem dancing.
Dropping it for that collection plate.
Pass it around, please.
Let's raise offering.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Oh,
Is Songstress? Is she trying to come up before we drop out?
I don't know if she's still in here. I sent her a message in the chat to send it again, but I
Well,
don't know if
look.
she saw that.
all right.
This is what we want to say though. Everybody, thank y'all, man. This has been a dope night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before I see someone dropping out real quick, before everybody drop out, man, if you haven't hit that follow button, we appreciate it, man.
Subscribe on YouTube as well. We're on YouTube.
Yeah,
We're on YouTube.
This
YouTube,
content will be back up on
Spotify.
YouTube. So
Yeah, Spotify. Listen to it on the way to work,
Oh yeah.
on the way home from work.
And ladies, we do got a challenge called No More Love, so y'all can definitely, and with gentlemen too, y'all can get on it too and let the ladies know ain't no love at home. But basically, it's no more love, so we like to see the challenges. Appreciate every, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
If I put a shameless plug in, I have a song out called No Destination. I have several songs out, but the newest is No Destination. If you all
Yes.
would like to take a listen.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Do you got
She's
that
dope.
solo? We could play
She
people's
has to
songs.
send it to us, man.
Yeah, you gotta
But
send it
when
to
I
us
say
so
this,
we can
guys,
show
look,
the next
everybody
show.
that pretty much came through here is fire. She's bananas with it. Like
yeah.
she got a dope voice. I'm surprised he didn't stay with you because of your voice.
Like, girl, I love you because your
Boy,
voice.
look, when you saw them Whopper receipts, you should have started singing. Started singing. Be like, why are you doing this to me?
Nah, 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. But like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Y'all can come on in and we can be friends Thursday nights. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah,
Thank y'all. Peace.
Appreciate that.
Peace out.